Hello, everybody. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching Outlander, Season 7, Episode 3, Death Be Not Proud. I liked it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, okay. I think I realized why I think they're all being overblown about, like, leaving places. It's because I moved around so much.
Oh,
I'm just like, you guys.
Yeah.
You can go back.
Mhm.
Like, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I just, like, I don't have, like a place, you know? Like, there's nowhere that I feel like a longing for. So, I think that's why I'm like, why are you being so sad? Like,
yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, you're right, though, because you can always go back if it doesn't work out.
And I never got, I never got attached anywhere when I was growing up. So that's kind of, in this episode, I was a little, like, Claire, please. Like, I know it's like you finally found your home or whatever, and it's, like, sweet and it's lovely, but also, like, you were nomadic as a child and an adult, and, like, this is really, we need to cool it.
Well, I mean, maybe because she was so nomadic and everything, it's like, oh no, I got it. I don't want to leave it. I got it.
I get that for sure. But also, it's not like they're going back out into the unknown. They're going back to see.
But they gotta get on a freaking boat.
They do have to get on that boat, and Jamie really can't hack it.
Yeah. No, because it does feel like such a larger undertaking.
It does, yeah.
So
I understand. Okay, I understand trepidation about taking the journey.
Yeah.
But I just am like, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
So that was a realization I had while we were watching today, where I was like, I think I know why it kind of annoys me whenever they're, like, weeping over each other, and I'm like, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so this episode starts with the fire, or continues with the fire, and it burns down the whole house. They're trying to put it out, but Jamie, like, reaches a point of no return, and he's like, it's all gone. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because, I mean, with the
buckets of water
chain or whatever, it's like you're losing water as much as possible. As much as
getting in the house.
Yeah.
So they just sort of, like, watch the house burn down. They're able to salvage some stuff, but, like, almost all of Claire's, like, medical stuff is gone.
Kablooey.
Jamie does still have the 1 gold bar, and so he does confront Mr. Bug about that, and he just tells him the whole thing.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, well, it got split between Dougal and Hector Cameron and the Grants. I don't know. Did he say the first name?
He did, but I don't remember.
And so he was the taxman for the Grants, and so he, like, followed up, I guess. And so Hector Cameron was the only one that, like, secreted it away and, like, came away with it. And I just am like, that war is over. So it's like, I don't know. And at this point, it doesn't appear that, like, whatever Hector Cameron took away would have helped either. It's not like that 1 cask of money was going to be what turned the tide,
well,
you know?
That's the thing. It's like, as much as funds and money can turn the tide of war, we all remember him, right?
Yeah.
The bumbling idiot.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have...
The Bonnie Prince, you mean? Yeah.
It would have not have worked out well.
So I'm just sort of like, Arch is, like, really clinging to this idea of Hector Cameron being a traitor to the cause and everything. And again, I'm just sort of like, you've gotta, I guess I have, like, no, like, internal code or anything. Cause if it were me, if I were Mr. and Mrs. Bug and I was like, I found that money and I have all of it, I would not have kept being a servant on Fraser's Bridge, especially since she seems so put out about it, about having done it this whole time. I'm like, do you know how much money you have in this crate? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I would later days too and be like, whatever. And the fact that they were being so precious about, like, they made us wash their floors and then do this. I'm like, they give you a place to live.
Yeah.
Why are you being precious and assholes? It's not like they are treating you terribly.
I remember reading this book too, and, like, and having it kind of feel out of nowhere that the bugs were, like, indignant. And I was just like, if I recall, Jamie also saved Mr. Bug from Ardsmuir, didn't he?
I don't know, probably.
They knew each other for a really long time, and he was like, please come up here. And, like, the like, maid and, like, I don't know, groundskeeper or whatever to the lord of that seems like a pretty cush position, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They're being so weird about it, and I'm like, I mean, you deserve to die. If you're gonna be a dick, you deserve to die.
Yeah, and it's just it feels out of pocket and out of nowhere for the bugs to act like this. And I remember feeling that way when I read the book too, where all of a sudden I was just like, ew, I hate you. Yep. Like, you've been regular this whole time and now you're so shitty.
Yep.
So anyway, Arch tells him that he'll never find the gold, the rest of it. And he took it all from Hector's crypt. That's where it was. Yeah. He like searched all over River Run every time they like took a trip there, and it was in Hector's crypt, and he took it, most of it, I guess, most or all of what was remaining after they built the plantation. And then he's like, you'll never find it. It's hidden where you'll never find it. And
spoiler alert, it was immediately under their feet.
Which I think I was correct last week when I was saying, because that was where the white sow would go to like dig in with her piglets and stuff, was underneath the house. And so it was like nobody went under the house anyway.
Yeah.
So they basically, Jamie and young Ian wait for nightfall and go to like follow Arch to like dig it back up, and they like are coming at him from both sides, and it turns out that it's actually Mrs. Bug, and she shoots at Jamie, and so Ian just lets an arrow rip right into her.
You shot first.
No, she definitely shot first, and so it's, she dies. It sucks. It sucks the most because Ian is so upset by it. Other than that, I don't really care.
No. I mean, good riddance.
Yeah.
I'm just sad that Mr. Bug is just out in the woods hanging out.
Well, they also, so they're burying her, and he comes down the mountain with crazy eyes. And his hair all unbound and everything, and he's like, they bury her, and then Ian is like, kill me, like it was an accident, I didn't mean it, but like a life for a life or whatever. And he's like, I'll kill your dog.
Well, not like I'll kill your dog, he was like, will you let me?
Yeah.
And Ian's like, no, I'm the one that did it. And he was like, right, it's not a wife or something.
Yeah, well, Ian's already lost a wife.
Yeah, and I know, I would have been like, I did that first, my guy.
Yeah, like,
so
you are
what
not
are we
special
doing?
Well, and the other thing too is, so I assume this is part of the reason why Jamie is taking Ian back to Scotland.
I don't know. I honestly think it has nothing to do with the bugs. I think it's just like
the promise he made 8 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's also shit's ramping up. If we can get out of here, let's get out of here now.
Yeah.
Because if like we're in the weeds and we need to get out of here, they'll probably close all the ports.
Yeah. Well, regardless, they decide to take him back. Because Arch says something about when you have something to lose, I'll come back for you. And as if you're not 100, Mr. Bug, please.
Right.
By the time Ian has something,
man.
It's gonna be over for you.
Yeah.
So then the rest of the episode is basically them making preparations to go back to Scotland. And Lizzie's pregnant again, and Claire's teaching her how to like do some stuff for while they're gone, some medical stuff for while they're gone. She seems to be just thriving in her throuple.
Yes, love to see it.
We love to see that for her. Because they're also, like, kind of hot. The twins are, like, for Lizzie.
For Lizzie, yeah.
They're kind of hot.
Yeah.
And when they seem so devoted to her, too.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's sweet. And the whole time we are worried about Adso because Lizzie and the twins can't find him in the woods or anything.
We cheaty.
And I was worried, or I was like, the worst case scenario is that he passed out from all the ether and he didn't feel a thing when the house burnt up. I was like, that's like the best we could hope for if he like died in the fire.
I was like, I remember him not dying.
No, I didn't either. So
in the books,
Claire finds him in the woods as they're like leaving and sends him back on his way to the ridge. Were they sleeping in the cabin?
Mm-hmm.
It seemed nicer than it was before.
I mean, I think it looks the way it did when Brianna and Roger were there.
Either way, it was nice that they still like had a place to stay. And Jamie has picked out a place, like a plot on their land for the new house.
Which I was kind of like, why wouldn't you just start over? Because you have your barn.
You already have the foundation.
Yeah,
there.
the barn, the horse situation, the garden.
Yeah. Also, the cabin seems a lot closer than I thought it was. I thought it was like down a pathway, but I think it was like right there.
Oh, I have no idea.
Well, they showed like of the burnt house and then like a little cabin right there. Oh. I think it might have been. Maybe it was Fergus and Marsali that lived farther because they had to be near the still or the mash or whatever. Either way, I thought I remembered it being like a little ways off into the woods, but perhaps not. Also, you want to build a house and go across the river from where the rest of your shit is? That seems unwise.
I mean, I guess we all love a waterfront property or whatever.
Of course, I mean, of course, but still.
It just kind of like, this seems more work than it's worth.
Yeah.
Like, you already have a head start somewhere else.
It's the foundation for me. That's the thing where I'm like, you literally already.
And the fireplace. You wouldn't have to lay another fireplace. Yeah. You just attach it to the old one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, fire can damage the, like, foundation of stuff, so you have to, like, start over again anyway, but I feel like I wouldn't want to start in a new spot. No. Unless it's like bad juju or something.
Just throw some salt on it.
You're good. You're good.
Like, this was not by our doing, so I think we're all right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it for them. Although, we did find out Ian knows about Willie as well.
Yes.
So Willie is the worst kept secret in the English regiment.
It's like, Ian was like, yeah, I'm not dumb. I have 2 eyes.
Ian was like, you must be super proud. And Jamie was like, what? And I was like, yeah, Ian's not a total fool. Of course he knows that he's your son. And he was also, Jamie is not good with his face. And so Ian was like, you looked at him like you're looking at that portrait, which he was able to save from the wreckage as well. Just like, dude, control your face and remember that not everyone is dumb. I mean, it's ridiculous. So the rest of the episode is in the future past. Is it still the 60s or is it?
I think it's the 70s now.
The early 70s?
Yeah.
Brianna has immediately gotten a cut and bangs and a blowout.
See, listen, when you go through some stones, you need a change. And what better change than bangs?
Yeah, it's like, well, it's a wig, very clearly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think Sam Hewen is wearing a wig too, but it's not terrible. The hairline is not terrible.
Well, the fold on her bangs, the rest of it, I was like, it looks like a couch cushion. Yeah. The way that it's like jumping off of her scalp.
Roger has had a little haircut and everything too, and Mandy is good to go. She's had the surgery. She's cool. She's healthy. Jamie said he also saw another like glimpse into the future, and it was not them at Lallybroch. It was them at Roger's house with Fiona, and that was sweet. I like that Fiona is like still around and that she's got a couple of kids too, and that she's stopped pining over Roger because she was super into him. And so they basically, Fiona gives them this box that they've had.
It had it delivered. That's what the delivery was in the beginning.
So yeah, it had been delivered, and then they'd been keeping it safe, and it had Jemmy's full name on it. So it's really beautiful too. Yeah, like, really well preserved.
Well, they said it was in a bake.
Oh,
and a safe deposit box.
That checks out.
Yep.
So I missed a couple of things. I was like thinking about not being upset about moving, and so I kind of went down like a journey in my mind for a couple times during this episode.
Yeah, it had been in a bank and a safe deposit box for like 200 years because banks have been around that long over there as opposed to here.
Sure. Yeah,
so.
sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
200 years. Well, we're almost at our 3rd centennial.
Yeah, but I don't think that like we had
almost it's still like 50 years.
Like incorporated banks.
No, sure. Yeah.
Like that until
not like the Bank of England.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a really beautiful, like tortoise shell looking wood box, and like I said, it's got Jemmy's full name on it, and it's
like 7 names.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had that many as well, but whatever. So it's full of letters and like information and a musket ball, which we wink. Musket ball, which we find out later in the episode is because they've melted down some of the gold from the treasure from the bugs and made it to look like musket balls to like hide it, I presume.
Yeah.
So there's at least one in there, and in the first letter he's written about where he'll hide the treasure or where he has hidden the treasure, and only Jemmy knows where it is, which he was only like 6.
Yeah, but when you're 6 and you see a Spanish skeleton, that is seared into your brain forever.
You hope.
I have things seared into my brain from that age that I would not forget that.
Yeah, but would you be able to retrace
to take them there?
Past
Absolutely
2
not.
years later?
No, I would not.
200 years later?
No.
So that's That's very cool. I also think, I don't know, I'm very torn because I'm with Jamie that no one else can know about the treasure being there, but I'm also putting it in such a random place where, like, anybody who's walking around the woods could stumble upon it. Or do you think they'd just get scared by the skeleton and leave?
I think that would be the hope. And then he said it made it seem like he had to, like, scoot, like, like a opening or whatever. So they'd have to, like, really go looking for it.
I mean, if I stumbled upon a skeleton that I could be reasonably sure was a Spanish conquistador, I would look for treasure.
I mean, at this point now, yeah, but I feel like back then, maybe not. I don't know, though.
Yeah. Brianna and Roger have a discussion about, like, well, you know, it's best to just leave it. Like, who even cares? Who needs chunks of gold? Who, like, whatever. And I'm just sitting here, like, again, do I have no moral backbone? I would be on the first flight to North Carolina. The first flight.
The way I would run out back and yank Jemmy by the collar and be like,
"Where's the Spaniard?
We need to have a conversation,
Listen,
son.
boy!" Yeah. Like, unbelievable. They're like, no, best to just leave it. It's not like we need a truckload of gold anyway. And I'm like,
everyone needs a truckload of gold, you weirdos!
I'm like, I guess, but, like, couldn't you use it for something?
Where are you living? What?
Yeah.
Is that your car or is that Fiona's car? I think we need some cars. How did you pay for the surgery?
How did you get, and then how did you pay for the surgery? And then after that, how did you get back to Scotland?
Yeah.
Because you arrived in the present in North Carolina.
And then we had to go to Boston, I would presume, to go to see that doctor.
Because it was Claire's doctor friend, right? Yeah.
How did we do all this? Who funded this?
Are we not drowning in medical debt right now?
Yeah, because if we know anything, can't do it for free.
Can't do it for free.
So
they basically are like, nah, don't worry about it. And then Brianna is like, I want to take you somewhere before we go, which I guess they were just going to go back to Boston.
I guess.
Who knows? And so she takes him to Lallybroch and they just, like, you know, sort of futz around for a little while. He breaks some of the, like, window covering. It's just wood. But yeah, and she tells him about, like, how he would have really liked it in its prime and everything. And it's so cool. And then as they decide to leave, a realtor comes up and they think they're going to get in, like, real trouble. And I'm like, this is an abandoned building. Yeah. We just wanted to, like, you just play the dumb tourist. We wanted to see some ruins, and so we came here.
Well, Brianna could be like, this is my family ancestral home.
Yeah.
So
the realtor is basically like, oh, are you interested? Like, oh, the sign blew over, and it's, like, buried under weeds or whatever. And then they both are like, it's a good thing we've got some treasure in America.
So, again.
Yeah.
Where's the money, Jimmy?
You're right. I would just be like, put Jemmy in a Clockwork Orange type room until he's like, there's a cave in Asheville. Like, oh boy. But yeah, that is mostly it. Wendigo Donner and the other dudes are dead.
Yay.
They got burned up in the house because they were all passed out from the ether. What else do we got? I think that's it, right?
I really think that's it.
Yeah, so Mr. Bug is at large, Mrs. Bug is dead. Everybody's going back to Scotland, and Lizzie is very upset that Jamie and Claire are leaving. And Claire is like, we're definitely coming back, but we just don't know when.
Yep.
What year is it now, do we know?
Is it not 1776?
If it were 1776, the war would be not, like, over, but that's when we signed the Declaration of Independence.
What, their letter was dated April of 1776, and that was when the fire happened.
Shit. I don't know. I don't know my history.
You know what happened.
I know what happened, but oh no, shit. Okay, so the war started April 1775, and it went until September 3rd, 1783, even though we declared independence in 1776. So that's like 7 years after independence that they kept going. Yuck.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna head out west, see if there's any gold in them there hills.
I mean, and I would likely just die in Colorado of dysentery on the way there.
Can't all make it.
No.
I think you'd make it.
Just in sheer rage alone.
Yeah. You would make it. You would make it to dip your toes in the Pacific Ocean.
And then I would get a cold.
No.
A chill. And
no. You would make it, you would dip your toes, and then you would find the biggest hunk of gold you've ever seen. You would sell it all, and then you would open not a brothel, but like a bar.
Ooh, I like this for myself.
Yeah, like a not bar is not the right word. Saloon.
I like it.
A saloon with dancing girls.
I like it. Yes.
Yeah.
I like all of
and
this.
Sparkles everywhere.
Yeah, I like it.
And you'd treat your dancing girls well.
I would. And I would be a brassy broad.
Yeah. And you would tell them, you can take a gentleman upstairs if you want to.
Yeah. It has to be your choice. And then I would drink myself to death. Great. I like all this.
Yes, with gin, with really old world.
Bathtub gin.
Bad gin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like all this so much.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many pine trees over there.
Oh, yeah. I would be living the life. California was not my vibe, though. That type
Northern
of California. That type of California would be my vibe.
Northern California, that's where the gold is.
Yeah. Yeah.
In them there hills.
Yeah.
I just like saying that.
What would your life be?
I have no clue. Librarian.
Really?
Sure.
Would you start your own library?
Sure.
With the gold that you would find in them there hills?
Of course, yes. You and I would find equally sized gold in them there hills.
Okay.
And I would be your sweet librarian friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I would come over and drink gin with you.
Yeah.
But I would teach all the girls in town to read.
Yes. I like it. I like that so much.
All the girls and women, and I would encourage everyone to get divorced from their mean husbands.
I feel like we would have started.
And then go be a dancer at your saloon.
Yes. I feel like we would have started our own town.
Sure.
I like this so much.
Woman town.
I like it so much.
Men only welcome for hard labor.
Oh, Jesus. And whims of women.
Yeah.
That's what you're really good for.
It's the opposite of regular society.
I like it so much.
We need to make one of those memes where it's like a futuristic utopia, and it's like the world today if Rachel and Kristen had started Woman Town.
Oh my It's just a woman town. That's too.
I feel like I want an exclamation mark at the end.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. Yeah, and then the side, like it should
crying.
We're going,
Yeah.
It's just you and I popping out on like you coming out on one side of the W and I'm coming out on the other side of the exclamation point.
Sure. Yeah, perfect. I love it. Someone needs to mock this up for us. Please. Please.
This is so fun. I like it so much.
I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need a sign.
I could write us a jingle.
Perfect. We love it.
Oh shit. That's great.
All right. On that note,
yeah,
that's it for this episode. Let us know what you think.
And if you would like to invest in Women Town.
We're taking all offers. We're entertaining all offers for investors.
With not just gold bars, but if you have gold bars, we will take gold bars.
Gold bars, gemstones, cold hard cash.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Bitcoin. We're like
gin and books for everyone.
Yeah, I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm also an excellent cook. I could provide your saloon with snacks.
Yep, absolutely.
Perfectly paired to your terrible bathtub gin.
Yep, I like it.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you in Woman Town.
Yes, we will.
Bye.
Bye. Woman Town.
like the NBCs, the more you know, Woman Town. I'm obsessed. I didn't think that was gonna get you as much as it did. That got you insane. You like went fully crazy.
Yeah, just Woman Town. I like it so much. I'm just gonna rewrite all the songs from You're in Town and replace it all with Woman Town. Oh shit.
Oh man. Okay.